The views expressed on this channel are only a few of many possible ways to achieve your desired outcome. The suggestions present on this channel are not one size fits all. So, let's begin. All right, today we will be working on our money journal. Yes, we will be working on the journal that will go alongside our money manifestation. Uh, so what we're going to do is we are going to take the journal we previously worked on, the manifestation journal. So I would encourage you to watch that video first. That is the video in which we made this blue journal here. We made the homepage, of course, the cover of the journal. But since it is a digital journal, we can have a little GIF here. You made yours however you want it. I encourage you to take your time and really make yours. And we go into why it's important for you to take your time and make your journal because it does actually help you manifest quicker. Uh, so make your journal your own style. It should not look exactly like mine. I mean, it can if you're really a beginner and you really have no luck with design. So it can look similar to mine, but I'm hoping you at least picked a good font for yourself or picked a different color scheme. Um, because you can only get so far trying to manifest exactly like someone else or following someone else to a T. You can only get so far. And usually not quite that far because the key to manifesting is harnessing your own power, harnessing your own, learning your own style, harnessing your own power. And if you can't even, unfortunately, if you can't even just put your own unique flair on a journal that you are going to be using for you and your purposes, then I don't know how much luck you're going to have when it comes to the course and when you have to put your own unique spin on the psychology behind how you manifest. So, if this is your first video with me, hi, hello. If this is not your first video, you've probably come from one of my lessons. Anyways, we're going to be converting this journal we made into a money journal. So, if you have no idea how we made this journal, then you probably want to watch that journal video first. So that means you already have one journal down and it is for your manifestation journey. So you should already have this journal. The way I made the second journal was I just clicked on when you go to your home page and you see all of your designs. If this is your first design, you should only have like one journal. Up here, if you look up here where it says home file resize, this is where you could name your journal. So yours probably says something like manifestation journal or bullet journal. That's probably what yours says, right? So you want to go to your home page on Canva and click on the three dots underneath your first project and click make a copy, and it should produce an exact duplicate. And so you just grab your duplicate, open it up, and name it money journal. All right, so I'm going to be making mine green. You can make yours whatever color you want, black, red, it doesn't matter. I feel like a lot of people are going to use green because well, it's money. That's what reminds us of money. So go ahead and do green. Now, there's nothing wrong with, hold on, let me get this color. There's nothing wrong with starting out with a journal that looks exactly like this, especially if you don't have a creative background. But I'm hoping that as time comes, you will learn to put your own flair on things you do. Like, for instance, you could put your name at the top. You could drag this all to the top, or you could get rid of this name, this like named entirely, and just leave the name like that, right? Or you could, let me see, or you could go back. If you've already watched my journal tutorial or the first journal tutorial, then you already know like some of what I'm doing, the clicking and dragging that I told you about. Where you want to drag these guys down, like you could put your name at the bottom, like really get creative. And that is because when it comes to manifestation, you should not only trust yourself, listen to yourself, not just do the affirmations, not just do the meditations, but also follow your heart and do what you think will be cute for you. Make these bigger, make these smaller, delete them entirely. Um, but you should try to go for some type of originality, right? Uh, just like anything. So what we're going to do is turn this journal that we've already made, we're going to convert it from the shadow work journal into something that we can use to help us with our money manifestation. And I said before, it's also good that you practice how to work Canva alongside me because I show you how and I show you lots of tips and tricks. But I said it's good to learn alongside me because if you do any of the projects, I'm gonna walk you through how to do the projects when it's time to do them. But it's good if you already have like kind of a handle on the basics of how to use this uh, program. Uh, so this is your time now. This is like your free time to really just like give yourself like a unique cover. You want to give yourself. I got the hiccups. You want to give yourself like a unique cover, something cute. You can probably hear sounds because I have the window open, but give yourself something cute. Let me see. Because sometimes it is difficult to do stuff like this alone. Sometimes it's just comforting to do it alongside someone else. I kind of rushed through mine, but you should really take your time. It should take you longer to do yours because you should really like sit down, go through the assets that are on this website that are available to you, and you should really see what you can kind of get into and make. I showed you how to look up a few shapes, like how to look up hearts, stars, flowers, different things like that. And if you really feel like you struggle with creativity or originality, like you can't be like, you feel like you really struggle with originality and you don't know what's cute and everything looks kind of like oof when you make it, that's fine too. We'll be addressing that in the shadow work class because there will be a unit on creativity, self expression, and originality. So while it is okay to copy others, if you can't, look at a canvas and you just get overwhelmed and you don't know where to start, figure out if it's a lack of confidence issue. Because just put something down. Like I put these dots down, right? And I'm like, oh, I don't know if I like them. I'm moving stuff around. I'm just seeing it's very inconsequential. You know what I mean? I'm just seeing what I like. And you should be doing that too right now. Uh, and you don't have to come up with anything super crazy because these are not super crazy designs that we're doing. We're just doing basic, just very basic. If you want to find a lot of good, I don't know, witchy elements, like if you're trying to make like a grimoire, you can come to this bar on the left side and type in magic. You want to do see all next to graphics, and you're going to get a lot of like really neat designs. And I told you last time, anything with this crown on it is paid. You have to pay for it. But you can quite a bit you can do. I don't like that eye, but you might. You can type in magic or you can type in like witch and you'll get the outline of a witch. What else? Oof. I don't know right now. A crystal, yeah, crystal. Fire, smoke, you could look up any of those, right? So I think I'm going to do these crystals. Really take your time. You might want to do a money symbol. So you might look up money and put money somewhere. right? So here's a money symbol. If you want to make the background the same color as the book, you would come up here, and then you can do like a couple. But it's really up to you. Um, you don't have to put any money symbol at all on it. So we're gonna change this from my manifestation journal to my money journal. Don't be afraid to just really make it unique. Could you listen to your guide? I heard this. I'm giving you a little more time to work on your cover. I mean, of course, you can do it by yourself, but if you want to do it alongside me, I'll give you a little bit more time. But I heard this really great saying that was like, when you really need it the most, when you're prepared, when you're really prepared, that's when your teacher, that's when your mentor arrives. And then when you're really, really prepared, that's when your mentor disappears. So it basically, for those that don't get it, it basically means like, when you are ready to be receptive and learn and evolve and grow, uh, sometimes you'll get a mentor, sometimes you'll get a role model, sometimes you'll get someone to like encourage you and push you forward down your path. But when you are really, really ready, it means you've learned all you can, you have evolved all you can with your master and your teacher or sensei, whatever, however you want to picture it. And then they leave because it's your time to embark on your own. And that's kind of my philosophy behind when you're making your journal, especially if you don't know how to design or create or you're not comfortable, or you just never used Canva before, which is what we're using. It's fine to copy, but I really, really, really want to see everyone slowly over time customizing their journals. You don't have to do it right away, but just do it. I don't know, just do it when you can. See what you can add that'll make it special, because it's really that specialness that'll get you far. So I just have an affirmations page, and I don't, if you were with us when I made this, I did this as kind of like an afterthought. I said this should be like an index or something, but it is what it is. So I think instead of the flowers, this video shouldn't be too long because all we're doing is just converting this into a money journal. We've already numbered the pages, we've already arranged them. We did all of this together and we made a nice little journal. And by the way, you can print these pages out. All you would do is go to like print notebooks or go to share, which is this white button besides print notebooks, and you can actually just print these out and like put it in a binder. All I would warn you to do is if you're going to be punching holes into the sheets to put them in a binder, you might want to make these margins on this side, on this left side, a little bit bigger so you don't punch holes through your design. I don't know how to tell you how big to make that margin just because I've never printed them. I've just never tested it out. But you can definitely print these. The only thing is you wouldn't have the NA. You would take these off, the NA off, and leave all these boxes blank. But you were just going to be converting this. So instead of weekly shadow work, let's call it weekly money work, right? We're going to call it weekly money work. So actually all you have to do is you change it once, weekly money work, click it, Control C, or you click it and right click and click copy. So you either hit copy or you hit Control C, which is what I usually do. Again, I'm trying not to go too fast. But also for the people who are really fast, I'm trying not to go too slow. So I'm like in the middle. So delete and then Control V. So now it says weekly money work. Weekly shadow work, click, delete, Control V. We'll come back to this for a different reason. So you click this. If you don't want to hit delete on your keyboard, you click this, right click. Oh, sorry, you just click this and click trash can and then Control V. So trash can, Control V. Or you click this, Control V. Click this, Control V. Click this, Control V. And the reason we are saving the journal pages for last is because they have a slightly smaller font and it wouldn't have fit right. So we have a page for each week because we're doing this weekly. So homework page 1, reflection page 1, journal page 1. So you would do this all in like 1 week. Then there's homework page 2, reflection page 2, and journal page 2. So you would do that all the next week. Again, we've already went through all of this, but I don't know why this would be your first this would be your first video, but if it is, that's why we have the pages arranged like this. So we're gonna go back to the journal, which has a different size font. See, this is 39.8 and it's all the way at the top here. But this is on the journal page. It's 30.8 and it's kind of in this corner to align with this journal. So we're going to put weekly money. We're going to just say the same thing. So click this, Control C. And feel free to pause at any time. It is okay to pause. I'm trying to go slow so you don't have to pause so much because I know it is annoying. But I also don't want this video to be too long. So I showed you how to enable guidelines. So what you want to do is do File. You see up here next to Home, you want to do File, View Settings, Show Rulers and Guidelines. You see the check by mine because mine are already enabled, but you definitely want to make sure the check is there. And then you should have these two bars on the left side and on the top side. We went through why you want these, but these basically help you keep your measurements straight. So we're going to pull this down just so I can make sure that this is a little bit closer. You see how far it was before? I want to move this a little bit closer. And we are going to make it green. You can make it light green, you can make it whatever green. Whatever background you put, oops, there we go. Whatever background you put, I just did these flowers willy-nilly, but hopefully you have like something back here. You know what? We're gonna do something else. We're gonna do a special background for this. Oh, by the way, let me see. I'm gonna make it a cuter green because this is the green we're gonna be using throughout the whole document. So I'm gonna click it, copy it. So you would say something like, this is my money, or you could say abundance. And you can also make this say abundance. Like it doesn't have to say money. You would just move everything over. Like you could easily make this say abundance or wealth. Like I said, just make it. I actually kind of like the way wealth works or looks. Weekly wealth work. Do whatever you want. Do money journal, weekly wealth work, abundance work, whatever kind of catches your eye. So you can do weekly money work or you could do weekly wealth. This is it's all just a matter of what you want. So just really take your time. We're gonna do some affirmations on this page. I would really sit and think about affirmations that I want on this page, or you can look up some that you could put, like some that are very meaningful to you. I don't know. I can't think of any off the top of my head. If I declare it, we'll just say so. Again, these aren't very hard hitting. I mean, they get the job done, but they aren't very hard hitting. So feel free to look up your own money affirmations or wealth affirmations and copy and paste those. Or feel free to come up with your own or put your own favorite song lyrics having to do with money. I'm just coming up with something off the top of my head to show you kind of like what the affirmations page would look like, and just to have that nice little opening to your journal. So every time you scroll down past the cover, you have to at least glance at some of these words standing out, and they just really set the tone. So I don't know. You could fill up the page. You could have it be short. This is just, you can add to this later, so you can keep it short and then add later. Um, I'm just making the last word green because I thought that would be cute. But you could also go up here into this top bar where it says effects. Oh shoot! I forgot you need to highlight the exact word. You can go into effects and make it. Whoa! Whoa! Oh no! What happened to my words? Well, I'm not gonna be fooling around with the effects too much because I have no idea what's going on. But you can make this page look kind of 3D by giving every word an outline. You see what I mean? Like, just like, so it looks like it's a magical glowing sort of. If the background of your journal is black, you could make all of this like white. You see what I mean? Like, so you can make this black background black. You would just have to make all of this white, but it wouldn't take that long. But you could do that. Uh, really take your time and enjoy your work and enjoy your creations, because creativity is part of the pillars of manifestation. Being able to be open, being able to speak the truth of your consciousness and your subconscious. We actually go deeper into why creativity is so important. So even people who are like, I don't have a creative bone in my body, well, that will change. We will put at least one creative bone in your body. So do whatever you want with this page. I want to add like a little background. I think I'll do some money. Oh shoot, I forgot my Words had all that. You know, I might add some coins. I think you could get these if you looked up coins. I just looked up money and these coins are here. You know, you can do a whole bunch of coins. Or I think I'll just do something like this. I like all my backgrounds white because I just like something plain. And there's nothing wrong with just wanting a plain background. But even if your background is plain, at least go through and pick like a font you like. Because look at how many fonts there are. Like I know the one I use is cute, but it's like generic, right? It's generic so I can do my tutorial for you. Like at least go through the fonts and see, look, this is, I don't know what this is. This is ITC Bauhaus. So at least go through the fonts and figure out, you know, something like your own unique little. Because trust me, stuff like that goes a long way. So here's one thing I like to do for design, and you could do this too. I definitely do it too. But I like to take a picture and make it very big and make it transparent, which is this flag up here. And then I like to make it smaller and put like the same picture in the front. You know what I mean? I'll make it look kind of like a money spread. You can put this money, put that money in the background. Or you could put it on this page, right? Look. See, and the thing is, there's so many assets. So if you're like, I don't know what I should use, look at how many assets there are. There's so many like different pictures that just keep getting recommended and recommended. So you have to have at least reference for one thing, right? Go back, take me back to those coins falling. Look, you can have coins falling. You can have this little spinny guy at the top of your journal. How cute is that? Look. You can have this angel wing. You could also put it at the bottom. Here's where you would put your name, like your name. But we're just putting, because I feel like our names have power, or your preferred name, right? Or whatever you want to go by. It doesn't have to be your like government name. So if you want something big like this in the background, I'm going to send this to the back. So it's not falling and covering the words. So how you do that is basically layer, and you would either click this or hit Control Alt, open bracket. So watch. So you see it's just kind of falling weird. See, send it back, Control Alt back bracket. The only reason you don't see me click it is because you hear me do this instead, which is the hotkey. It's just the hotkey. So yeah, this is no money, so you're not buying a journal. You're creating your own. And you can make it kind of transparent. And if you want it to look like more coins falling, all you have to do is click it, and you come up, you see this menu pop up with the trash can and the duplicate. So click it, is duplicate, click the duplicate. And then I always like to come up to this top bar right next to crop, flip it horizontal, or you can flip it vertical. But then the money's falling up, right? So you get this really cool effect. Look, now we got money falling up. And that's all you have to do, is flip it upside down. So that looks really cool. So just play with it, you know. And then after you put it down, you can hit this lock up here. Hit the lock on the coins so that now you can move the words around and you don't have to worry about, oh, did I lock my words? Yes, I did. Here's how to unlock something you accidentally locked. You click it and you just unlock it. So I want to lock it so it doesn't move around. I want to drag my words. Sometimes when you click your words, it drags everything. Lock it down. Now remember, when you edit it, you can't, when you log it, you can't edit it. So I'm going back and making it slightly more transparent. You do have to unlock it to edit it again. So there we are. So hopefully you had some time to kind of fool around with your cover and not feel like you were doing it alone. You're doing it with us, with me. So we have our wealth journal, our affirmations page now becomes the really easy and quick part. So click your rectangle. You know, we went through, not really hell, but we went through a lot getting these rectangles up. So you're going to click this rectangle. You're going to come up to the color tab, click it. And then now what you're going to do is do not hit enter right away. So just click the light green that we chose earlier, or whatever color you chose for this journal. You click it. And before you hit anything else, hold on a second. Look down at the bottom of the screen, this purple, right underneath the gradients where it says change all. You're going to hit change all. So you're not going to hit enter. You click the color and then you see this pop up and you hit change all. So now what that should do is, yep, so it's changed all the blues to greens. I actually don't like this shade of blue. I want to make it a little bit, more pastel. So I'm going to change it to like a more pastel green. And then I'm going to come to this purple and hit change all. So now every rectangle should be green. All right. So next we're going to come to these arrows. We're going to click one. Or you might not have arrows because remember I told you go crazy with whatever. Or you might have arrows. It doesn't matter. Same thing. You're going to click that light green. You're just going to click it once and then come all the way down to the bottom underneath solid colors right here. Change all. You're going to come to these numbers. And you're also going to change them green. But I think if I make these that pastel green, they'll be too light. So I'm going to make a slightly darker green. And then I'm going to hit change all. Oops, I didn't change this first guy. Did it? Yes, it did. In fact, I kind of want to make these bars darker. But if I do that, I can't click change all. I have to manually kind of come in and make these darker. Yeah, so you win some, you lose some. So if you want to adjust the colors of anything, now's your time to do it. I'm just gonna go through and make the bars of the due date a little bit darker because the green that we changed them to was a little bit too light. So this green and this green and this green are the same color. This green, and this green are the same color. This is a slightly darker green. You just can't tell. This is also a slightly darker green. So like, look, if I put it up against it, you can see that it's darker. And it's darker because I needed it to be legible. See, this is the same color. You see how it disappears? So I'm going to go through and just change all of these bars to be darker. You take your time and kind of do whatever you want to do. If you're already ahead of me, you probably have a feeling that we'll be changing these to green, like all of these subheadings, which we can do right now. Watch. So we're going to click reflection sheet and we're going to change it to a green, and we're going to hit change all. Then we're going to come down to probably these greens next. I mean, these blues next, and change them to like a dark green. Change all. I'll show you how to change this green in a second. I just really want to go through and change these bars. I could just delete this page and duplicate this one a couple times, but something I really feel like taking my time today. And we already went through how to duplicate a page. This is how you duplicate a page. You just click this and make a copy. So I could just make a copy of the page where I've already made these darker green, but I just really want to go through and take my time. Zooming in, it's either this look, you see this black circle down at the bottom? Zooming in is you either do that or you press control, you hold control and you scroll with your mouse. I'm going to change these. See how it's darker? See how it just looks better? Darker. It just stands out more. All right. Here's how we're going to change all the journal pages. Oops, we're going to find scroll up. We're going to find a journal page, right? We're going to click on this blue background. We're going to unlock it. Edit photo. And we're going to mess with the temperature. And your money journal doesn't have to be green. It can be gold, like the color of like coins and stuff like that. It's just really up to you. I almost want to go back and make my green a more of a yellow green. But for the sake of this video not being too long, I'm not going to do that right now. I'll probably just roll with this for the time being. So now I'm going to click it. Now that I've changed it, I'm going to click it, hit Control C, click this blue, unlock, then hit the trash can, hit Control V, new background's in. So click the blue, click unlock, trash can, Control V. Blue, unlock, trash can, Control V. Now, of course, we're going to slide over the word journal. So you can move this bar up, Control C, and we're going to find all the journal pages. You might hear the kitty meowing in the back. I might actually mute the mic while the kitty is meowing in the background. Yes, we have cats in the house, but you can see that I'm just shifting the word journal over. That I'm hitting Control C to copy. I'm hitting Control V to paste it in its new position on the rest of the journal pages. All right. So sorry if you hear the kitty in the background. She makes noise sometimes. I try to do this when it's quiet, but I really need to get this done. So I'm sorry, even I'm distracted. I'm distracted by it. Hold on a second. Yeah, that's how you do it in real time. Yes, we didn't even cut to edit. We did it in real time. So we're going to change our notebook into prompts that fit money manifestation a little bit more. Hopefully you use that time to finish editing because I know I was trying to kind of speed race through. Uh, so we're going to really find reflection page 1 or whatever you named your reflection sheet. Might just say reflection sheet. One, so we're gonna keep this as top 3 things you worked learned this week. If you remember correctly, I said this is kind of the page you would use during a lesson, so you could quickly jot down. Or you could make the font small. Your font is probably smaller if you whatever. So you would use this during class to like or during the lesson to like jot down whatever you're working on. And then as I assign the homework, because I do it kind of willy nilly, you would kind of write it here. Like the homework would be like for shadow work, it was do an I am list. Why am I so? And you would dump out all of your beliefs. Uh, for money, for the money course, the homework assignments are very fun. They're usually like online shopping, except we don't spend actual money. We haven't actually done an exercise in this class yet. We just got through the introduction. So I feel like this is enough time to make your journal, especially if you can't bang it out in a single day. This gives you enough time to make your journal, get the first lesson down, and then have your journal hopefully done by the next uh, meeting. So here's where you'd put your thoughts and feelings, your notes. Now, when it comes to the reflection sheet, we're going to kind of change this, make it a little bit different from shadow work. So, top 3 things I learned this week. I feel like you could keep the same. We're going to keep I look forward to, and you can talk about life in general, but hopefully you keep it kind of relevant to money course since it is your money journal, but you don't have to keep it relevant to the money course. It can be whatever. I said I was going to drag these lines all the way over, but I was going to make sure they were straight first. I didn't do that yet, so your journal could look a little bit different from mine. I want to change this box up here though to hmm, uh most abundant I felt this week. So you can keep it looking like this, or you can drag this box to make it just one sentence. Uh, so like, what was the most special thing that happened to you this week? And it doesn't have to do with money. Like something like abundant for me this week was that I wanted to eat a certain type of food, and I didn't have anything to, the ingredients for it, but I just had a really big craving for it, and I really wanted a food, and I didn't know how I was going to get the ingredients or what, or when I was going to go to the store, but lo and behold, got the ingredients, made that food, and I got to eat it. That can also be abundant. It doesn't have to be with about having money or buying something. It could just be you had a want, and then within the week or within the month, you got it. So it's just something that it's kind of like a mini gratitude box, not a gratitude journal, but kind of like a gratitude box. Most abundant you felt this week. You laid down in bed and it was very cozy, and you felt very grateful to have your bed beneath you. So we kind of we went through in unit 1 why it's very good to have gratitude and how it will open you up to having more money. But if you don't want to do the work of having a money or a gratitude journal, you can just have this gratitude box here. It essentially does the same thing. The top 3 things you learned this week. So key points I guess would be like what you learned during the lesson. So, you learn something or you see something on the slide and you write that down. Top 3 things I learned this week would be like a more personal lesson you learned about wealth this week. So you could say in key points that let me spread this out. And play around with your journal. Like if you feel like you need to either make your font smaller, like and make all of these fonts smaller, go ahead and do that. If you feel like you just want to keep the font the same but extend all of these lines, you can also go ahead and do that. Like so as we go on and as you see how much or how little you have to say, you'll be able to find your preference when it comes to making these to what your journal looks like, right? And these lines aren't super straight. Normally I would take my time, but I'm just showing you what it would look like if you did extend it. But it's whatever. So you would put as like a key point during the lesson is that gratitude helps manifest money. You would just have to go through and make all these font 12. Like I just made this 12. You would have to go through and make all of these 12, but it wouldn't even take that long. Because you can just click this paint roller up here and just keep clicking it. Like you don't have to type in 12 each time. You just then click them and then drag them closer to this bottom line. But anyways, so a key point during lesson would be gratitude helps manifest money. And top 3 things I learned this week. So then you could say something like, I don't feel like I express much gratitude, and then you would rank this down to like 11 or 12. So right, so key points would be like what you learned from the lesson, and then top 3 things you learned could be like something personal to you. So I don't feel like I express much gratitude. I learned my lack mindset from my parents, right? Because we go through it in the lesson, and I'm hoping you have breakthroughs during the lesson, but as you sit and ruminate and think after the lesson, maybe you will have more breakthroughs. So top 3 things I learned is I don't feel like I express much gratitude like in my daily life, or however you want to put it, because this is why we have the journal section right after this. This is just where you put quick ideas, and then when you want to expand, you go like hog wild on this page. And if you've fill up this page and have more you want to say, that's when you would hit duplicate and just type even more. So you could just go hog wild, right? But that's why we have it in this order. You have this key points and homework page, then you have this page, and then you can expand in the journal. Well, I don't feel like I express much gratitude. Like I do definitely have a lot of things around me, even if I don't have everything I want. But I just feel like I don't express much gratitude, so you can just put a point here and then spread it. I learned my lack mindset from my parents, and then whatever third thing. And then the most abundant I felt this week, I gave the example of me getting a food I want. How do I feel this week? I feel a little sleepy. So you would click whichever face you feel like, and you would fill it in with whatever color you want to fill it in. So I feel a little bit ooh this week, right? I'll go with this one. And you can feel more than one, right? I felt all of these. Um, Most abundant I felt this week. You'd feel that in what I look forward to. Uh, Things I accomplished this week. If you want to have them be money related, one thing we go into a lot in the lesson is how not to be like anxious when it comes to money, or when it comes to paying bills. Even if you have a bad history with money, you could put that too. Look, I top things I learned. I have a or I have a bad relationship with money. Like, let me see. I look forward to So I told you last time about going through your journal and making sure your lines of text line up with your lines here, and the way you do it. I showed you last time, but the way you do it is you click your text, you come up to this top bar, so you see text color, bold, italics, underline. You slide on over to spacing, and you just kind of like adjust this bar until all of your text is kind of on the line. And all you have to do is usually make sure 2 lines are okay, because if this line is on the line and this line's on the line, then the next one will be. So I look forward to improving my relationship with money. I want to feel better when it comes to how I make money and how much I make. 1, 2, So this is a little messed up. We might need to adjust it just a little bit. There we go. And you can get it perfect if you play with the font size and then you play with the line spacing. But you just kind of got to play it by ear, right? So this is how you would kind of fill it out. Things I accomplished this week. So, I started my, I want to make this font smaller. I started my So you would say like, well, depending on what you did, I started my money manifestation journal. I created my first design ever. This might be actually what your page looks like especially if you've never designed anything before. So pat yourself on the back. I designed a really nice journal for free. And it's totally customized. I am excited to. And then you would maybe say like some other things you've done. And then in your journal section, you would like go in. So, what was the best thing about the week? And we go into what a money wound is, but you could say whatever. My ranking of the week, I'll give it a 4. I'll give it a 4 out of. Let me move up so you can kind of see what I'm doing. I give it a yeah, I give it a 4. Right. Then you would fill this out too. And then in your journal you would go on and on and on and then like duplicate it if you need to. Just make sure to date it so you can keep track of your journey. So for me it is the 4th. So August 4th, 2023. And I would put 4 on each of these. I think that's it. I don't think there's anything else I wanted to add. Oh yes, there is something unique that I do want to add in this journal. I don't know if I want to put it at the beginning or the end. I think we'll put it at the beginning. So we'll go to page 2, which is the index or affirmation page. Yours might be an index. I don't know. What? It could also be like a letter to yourself. So you're gonna go up to like page 2, whatever is page 1 is your cover. You're gonna go to page 2 and you're gonna hit this add page button. You see where I'm at? You're gonna hit add page. You're gonna get this white thing underneath. We're gonna go to design on the left side, black bar left side, click design. And I wanna do like a checklist. Let me look at this. Trash this. I don't know if I I don't know. Oops. That's duplicate. You'll see why I want this specific page that I do. Uh, we might actually customize a calendar page, which I didn't consider. Let me see. Can we change this food journal page to be what I want? Um, mm, mm, mm. We'll just do like this. We'll do like this. I see the page I want, but I want to see if you can get there. So I'm gonna go to design and type in habit tracker. Okay, good. Habit tracker. Well, I want to use this page, but it's pro. Uh, we do an expense tracker. You know what? We'll do expense tracker. So if it did not come up for you in your suggested, like it came up for me, you would come to design and type in expense tracker or budget tracker. I really want to do this, right? So I'm going to delete expense tracker. I'm going to turn this background white. I'm going to copy weekly wealth work or weekly money work or whatever yours says. Weekly abundance work. See, one of my pages says money, one says wealth. Because I don't know which one I want it to be yet. So we're going to change this into you can do manifestation tracker or you can do abundance tracker. But this is where we're going to keep track of the things we get. Because as this course goes on, I am prepared for you to create a list of things you want. And then on top of that, hold on a second. On top of that, actually have the ability to say that you got it. So the exercises that we will be doing to fill in this table are going to be very, very fun. So the first thing I'm going to do is change the font of all of this to the font that you can keep this font. This is Jua. So if you want to, I like to keep all my pages consistent so it all looks like one notebook. But if you want to go through and change all of this to like Jua font, you can. Jua. There it is. See how cute it is? Like if you really wanted to change it that, you can. And I plan for your notebook to change as you go on because mine is changing day by day. Like you can change these colors. You can do cute little things. Like you want to add a border. Watch, go to elements, line, enter. I'm gonna click the second one. No, I don't want that. How do I get the line I want? Line. See, there's different types of lines, right? So like here's a really cute line. I don't know what that symbol is though. Here's a really cute line. Make it dark green. Or you could even make it gold. And just really like decorate your page. But I think I'll put that on this page. But since I want all my pages to be consistent, I'm going to make this background white. I'm going to make this Montserrat. I'll make it Montserrat Classic. And I'll make it white. Then I'm going to click the text with the change font and the change color. Click this copy style, this you see right next to position, this flag looking thing, and this lock. Well, this is transparency, but it looks like a little checkered flag to me. So position, checkered flag, this lock, you're going to click copy style. And so now every word you click is automatically going to be changed to be the same. Then I'm gonna zoom in and turn this dark pink to a dark green. And then I'm gonna make this light pink into a darker green, right? Right. I'm gonna turn this white into like a light green, but like very, very light. Yeah, something like that. And I'm just using this paint roller tool on the top bar to bring that color down. Then I'm gonna change this bar color. Do I want to do a white? I kind of like the white, but let's see what it looks like if we make it like a neon green. I think I'll just make it white. If you really want to get fancy, let's see. Now that would be too much work. That's something I would do in the design class. I think we'll just keep it like that. See, notice how we're just gonna pull this over to match this line. And I got this line from here, right? But even if I lose my line. In the first time we made our journal, we made everything flush with this title. So all we have to do is pull the line over. See how all these key points and all the triangles are flush with the line. You'll know how we got it like that if you came from that lesson. So we're getting everything. Oof. We're moving this able to be a little bit wider. And yes, there are quicker ways to do this. Like all I had to do was like stretch the first line, and then copy and paste it down. But I'm also, like I said, trying not to go too fast for the people who maybe are new to design. Can I not? Yes, I can. Oh, this is the whole thing. Thank goodness. So I'm clicking on this bar, right? You just go to where this little line is. And lucky us, we can stretch these bad boys out in one whoop. So I I don't want to go by this. We already have our date and things like that. Remember, click and drag as you click in this gray area, drag it over. Control C, go up to the page, Control V. I'm moving the line because I clicked it and then I just clicked this little crosshair. I'm dragging it over. Yeah, that's good enough. And this doesn't have to be perfect. It really doesn't. So we're gonna come down here, click in A, Control C, Control V, Control V. I just want to make sure they're lined up. Control V again. To be honest, if I was really trying to align these right, I'd be putting the bottom kind of like that. But I'm just trying to get this done quick. Relatively quick, we're already over an hour. But it's okay because I want you to take hours on your journal and really get excited and really get passionate. This construction phase where not only is it good for your creativity, your sense of creativity, it's also good because this is you and beginning to infuse your manifestations with your energy. So even before you have actually started manifesting, you're already putting your energy into this project by customizing your table, by really getting excited, by really getting into that good mood, even if you're not like super happy and super excited. You being in a good mood is honestly enough to kickstart this process. Oh shoot. I'm just clicking the darker green, and then I'm clicking the paintbrush roller, and I'm clicking these two rectangles down here. You know what? No, I want this one to be light. All right. Double click you, and I'll make you Montserrat Classic. Double click you, Montserrat Classic. I'm just gonna hit change all. And then change these to dark green. So the same color as this text. And you can do it whatever way you want. You can make both boxes the same color, or you can make both boxes the same color. You can make the box white and the text green. Then you would have to change the color of this background, but you could do that. So experiment. Don't be afraid of making it look silly. So since I want everything lined up, I'm gonna click and hold, click and drag all of this. I'm just gonna move it over. I want everything lined up over here too. So I'm going to click and drag and pull it all over. You can make this a little bit longer. So you can see, like, you see that little black box that appears, it says 3.5, width is 3.5, height is 1.6. I'm just going to drag this 3.5, 1.6, so it's the same length. What is this? 3.5, 1.6, 3.5, 1.6. Then I'm going to click this lock. I'm going to lock this. So also right click. You can also like right click on the shape and lock it like that, or you can click on the shape, left click on the shape, and you hit lock up here. So I'm locking those down so because I just want to highlight this at the top, these little bullet points and the lines. I don't want to move the whole rectangle. So that's why I locked the rectangle down, but I kept everything else fine. I'm going to highlight that and I'm going to move them over. All right. So I locked this guy down. I'm going to highlight all of this. I'm just going to kind of pull it over. How is this? All right. I don't know. Something kind of looks off, but it is what it is. It is what it is. We might kind of just pull these over. Is that straight? I guess. I guess so. I just like to zoom in a lot when I do these lines. because sometimes they do get diagonal. And of course, measure your lines and make sure they're all hunky dory. But you play with that and you kind of work that out. The farther you get, the less you can tell it's not perfect. So don't freak out about getting it perfect. But if you are a perfectionist, then I guess feel free. Really, if I want the lines to be the same length, I would click this, Control C, come over here, Control V, grab this extra line, and I would compare it. Like I would try to click this dark green one. Sure, it starts at this starting. So I would click my dark green one. Stop. Click this dark green. Make it the same length. Then you can just delete this white line. All right, so you're gonna get one of your NAs. Get these lines off the page. You're gonna get one of these NAs, Control C. You're gonna Control V. And then with the extra text, you're gonna grab it, bring it down here. I'm gonna make the font about 9 because these lines are so small. So you like extend it and make it as long as the line. I'm gonna copy it down, copy it, copy it. We come over here, Control V. Oh shoot. Come over here. Oh shoot. Copy, Control C, Control V over here. Then you can make the font whatever color. You can make it dark green, you can make it white, just as long as you can read it. So this is a very useful page we'll be using a lot. So like as we do different sorry, I gotta stretch. As we do different money manifestation exercises, we're going to be becoming more familiar with money. So we're going to be doing things like this, where we do our quote unquote shopping, and we're going to be racking up the totals for the things we want. Now, as we manifest, this total can go up or down depending on, you know, things getting sold out or new products that we want coming out. The specific total itself does not matter, but it will help us. I'm not going to get too ahead of myself since we're not even at this assignment yet. So for goals, like what are your goals for this might be to become more comfortable with luxury or to be able to afford more luxury, right? So like a lot of us want to shop like guilt free. And you don't have to fill this in. I keep saying I'm so sorry. It's like late and I'm tired. I'm a little bit tired. Uh if you want to put a journal entry after this, you can just go to your journal page, like duplicate, and then click this arrow to slide it up. So to become more comfortable with luxury. If you don't want this background, you don't have to have this background, by the way. Like you can delete the background and just make this like a soft green. Or you could Now, if you do too many of these moving pictures, these GIFs, it will slow your program down, which I had to learn the hard way, but it will. Uh, but you can do something cute. These are a few of the things. If you're coming from my courses, then these are very familiar images to you. These are very like you can add like sparkles or something. Um, whatever feels good. Um, so notes. Uh, maybe you wouldn't make it too long. They would say something like, and then you would maybe lengthen this. And you wouldn't know this day one or ahead of time. This would of course come after a lesson. So yeah, because sometimes we just want things, and there's nothing wrong with wanting things. But sometimes we want things because we have an abandonment wound and we want to feel safe. So that's when you get a lot of people who comfort eat because of different emotional pains, and then you get people who comfort shop because of pain, and then they shop and they realize those items don't really fill the void, so they shop more because they're like, maybe I need to buy more to fill the void. So there's nothing wrong with liking things, but this might be something you learn later on in these lessons, and you would add that. And so as we do our assignment, like, let me pull this over. I probably should have pulled this over before duplicating it so many times, but it is what it is. It literally would take like less than 60 seconds to pull these all over. So the date, geez Louise, the date would be August 4th. Or you could slide this over. You would basically have to just delete all of these and bring this down, but it is what it is. Uh then you would say, depending on what our first assignment is, uh sometimes we will shop to uh right? Sometimes we will we will do exercise and having comfort with large totals. So I'll tell you, go on your favorite website to shop, and I want you to fill your cart with as much stuff as you want, like everything you want, not stuff you need, but everything you want, even if you want it in every color, everything you want. And it might take a while to do, especially if it's a shop you really like. And then I want you to look at the total, and I want you to look at that ridiculously big number, that ridiculously big total, and just kind of log it. So comfort with large totals. So I'll tell you to go on any website you want, but you might say Amazon. It was Amazon.com. So it was a bunch of like random things that are now on your wish list. Or you might say it was clothes, or you might say Shein, or you might say Timu, Wish, and you might have to make the font bigger or smaller depending on what's going on. You can just say clothing, makeup, skincare. What's the makeup store? Sephora. Uh, so comfort with large totals, like let's say it was Sephora. Because I'm just going to tell you to go on your favorite website. And then you're going to come over here. And after adding everything you want to the cart, the total was like $5,500 just on a makeup haul, right? Or just on a clothing haul. And we're going to kind of remember that. We're also going to have a page for you to keep track of your your cart, your shopping cart. We're gonna have a page for that, but that's actually gonna be one of your projects. Uh, ironically. So when you get your cards, I'll always tell you at the end of your assignments to screenshot your card or to take multiple screenshots of your card, just so you have proof of the total. Again, you're not spending actual money. We're not going into debt. We're not buying things. Uh, but I'm not spoiling the project ahead of time. So you're gonna take a screenshot of your card and you'll hopefully be able to match it back to this list. So if you have like a random bunch of random Sephora screenshots and it adds up to 5,500, you'll be able to remember what date it was and what the assignment was. So getting comfortable with large totals. Then you might have an assignment that is, and again, you're gonna have to adjust this. In fact, you could probably delete these and just duplicate as you go on because it depends. Then you might have, like on August 10th, you might have an assignment that's something like uh spending assignment. So you're not going to hit checkout, but you're not going to hit checkout, but I'll say you have to go, but you have to do $10,000, right? How are you going to spend $10,000 if you had to spend it in one day and you just had to spend it in one day and you couldn't put it in your savings? Like, how would you spend this money? And it's not about you actually spending this money. I'm not trying to give anyone a shopping addiction, because hopefully you're doing shadow work alongside this and you're following along with us, but it's more for people who have a lack mindset when it comes to money and they can't even envision themselves with large amounts of money. And this is more getting you into that calm, abundant mindset of, you know what, I can afford what I want. You know what, I'm going to go in the store and I'm going to get what I want. And again, we're not actually spending money. I feel like I need to say this a lot because I just hope this doesn't get to the point where there's that person who feels like they have to hit checkout and put in their credit card information and spend all that money and then come back and go, oh my God, I can't believe I did this because you triggered my shopping addiction. Like, this is, if you have a shopping addiction, I feel like you're not in money. I don't know. But I am not telling you to hit checkout, but it's more like then you have a spending assignment, right? Which is going to be, I say you have $10,000 and you have to spend it. So how are you going to spend it? You might spend it on, you might house hunt or apartment hunt, right? And then you might, I don't know what you're getting for $10,000, but you might apartment hunt or RV hunt, or you might car hunt, or you might do, you know what I mean? If you don't want this, if you don't want the total to shift every time you type something in, you're gonna have to make the total its own separate text box. So that would mean you have to do this, right? Oops. You would have to just make the total its own separate box. And again, you come up to this top bar that says alignment. You see where I'm at, alignment, and it goes center. And you can have centered totals or you can have it right. I'll have mine to the right, right? And you can just basically drag that down as need be, because then you'll get like a bending assignment. Then you might get an assignment that is like these are not lined, but these would be normally lined up. You would get an assignment that is like a dream career investment. So what are you going to, so do you want to be an influencer? Do you want to be a model? Do you want to be an actress? So how much would all of that cost? Like, if you had to this might be how I want to do it. Ooh. Shoot. I'm making this on the fly, by the way. I've never made this table before. Like I saw the vision in my head, but I never made it before. So you might actually put all the categories like this, and then all the totals like this, right? So you might have something like this. So we have one text box that has the date and the assignment. Then you have the category. So then you would change this to like or whatever. I don't know what car you're getting for $10,000, but maybe it's $10,000 you want to put towards a car. You know what I mean? Oh, so then I guess you would say car, or you would put like business investment. But then you would have to make the text smaller, or you could have it however it fits for you, right? Then say you want to be a model or a streamer or an influencer. Because then you might get an assignment that says, what's your dream career investment? So if you want to be a streamer, what kind of streamer do you want to be? You might want to be ASMR. You might want to be a video game. So how much do you see yourself spending? Like do your research and come up and then like screenshot your cards. Like usually it's going to be you screenshotting your card. You won't really have to make a list. So if you want to be like an ASMR person, you're going to go around the different websites, Amazon, Best Buy, whatever, and add the different mics you want to the cart. And if you want a new streaming setup, like a new desk or a new table, you would put that in your different cards. And then you would combine all the totals of all the websites for like your streamer mic, your streamer table, your like if you need a new computer because the one you currently have isn't that good, you don't think, then you would add that to the total too. If you want to buy video games because you want to be a video game streamer, you need a mic, you want a cute stand for your desk, you want a cute keyboard, like every single thing. Like if you had like an unlimited amount of money to blow towards your dream video game streamer, whatever. If you want to wear costumes, if you want to wear props, you would just gather all that up and you would put that in. So I don't know, it might be, I don't know, $20,000 because you really want to buy a new computer, you want to buy a new PC, you want dual monitors, you want all sorts of ring lights, you want boy oh boy, you know. Then we're gonna have like maybe like a fun one, which might be something like I don't know, I'm not gonna spoil all the assignments, but the homework in this class is gonna be very fun. And these are gonna be the homework assignments. Uh they're gonna kind of follow this. So, you know, a note might be like, I didn't realize how expensive my dreams were, you know? Then you might have like following that assignment, you might have the budget dream. Like we might do, ooh, shoot, we might do like budget dream investment. And that's probably also going to be streamer. The idea will be that it's the same thing, but you go around to all the different websites again and you find like the budget version. So like what's the absolute cheapest? And I want to see how low you can get it, right? So if you're like, maybe I don't need to use a ring light. Maybe if I find that corner of my house that has really good sunlight and I set my build my rig there or whatever, hopefully this total would be a lot lower. So if I go real cheap, I can get everything for $9,000, right? And each of these assignments kind of have their own way to help you heal your relationship with money. So don't worry, we're gonna get there. But that's kind of what this page is for, if it helps you understand. Now you're gonna have to customize this page. You saw it took a little work. But you don't know what order you're getting these assignments in though. So it's not like this is like a So it's not like this is like a sneak preview because you do not know what the assignments are, what order they will be in, or when they will be assigned. So, and we might not even be doing this many projects to fill this up. We might only do a couple. And if we only do a couple, we'll delete these extra rows down at the bottom, depending, right? So you don't know. Well, I'm not gonna X these out right now because it's just taking a lot of time. And this video is already long enough, but you get the gist. Just get this page ready. Just get this page just kind of ready. These totals you don't know. And you know, whatever. So that's gonna be our journal for now. As we go through, oh yeah, these goals and stuff you don't have to have filled in. I was just showing you like why they're there. You'll fill them in naturally as we go. You don't have to do it right now. Right? Or if you have an idea right now, then I would pop it down there. And then you can expand in your journal. Right? So we've got our cover, which mine looks kind of crazy, but I just slapped it together to give you some examples. We've got our affirmation page. Yours can be longer or shorter. Remember, you can always add to it. Let me get these lines off the page. Then we have the manifestation tracker page. So one project we will be doing is at the end of this whole course, you'll be able to hopefully backtrack and match and see how many of these things you get. You're not supposed to freak out about how you get them and when you get them. Just focus on just keeping up with your studies, focus on the course, and you will surprise yourself about what you get and how you get it. That's another reason we're logging, right? We're logging a lot of what we want and desire. Then there's a blank journal page for if you need it, because maybe these projects will really get you thinking and you might want to write about them. Then we have a homework page 1. So this is the page you'll be doing during the money lessons or while I'm teaching. If anything pops up on your mind that you think is interesting, you would slap that here. And if I assign homework willy-nilly, like halfway through the assignment or halfway through the video, you can just quickly jot it here. Thoughts and feelings. Then there is your reflection page. I show you the basic way of how you would be filling it out. I showed you how to fill in these little circles for how you're feeling during the week. I'll just make them all white again. You know, you would hopefully fill this after the lesson. Then there's your journal. So you have a homework page, you have a reflection page, and then you have your journal page. So if you don't feel like doing your manifestation by yourself, or if you're someone who can't keep up, every time you watch a video or lecture with me, with us, whoever, you already have your journal ready to go and you can go ahead and get your work done for the week. You can learn about how to manifest, you can do your shadow work and journal, and then you can reflect and learn something all in like one go. So like 2 hours, because the videos are usually about an hour and a half, so about 2 hours. Like finish the video and then like 30 minutes writing in your journal or however you want to do that. So we have our pages lined up and everything is ready to go for the money journal. If we need to add a page later, we will. But for now, you are prepared. And that was how to make your wealth journal. Take more time, make it cute. You can come up to this gray bar here and click upload and like upload a picture of you or your dog or like the sunset or your family. And you can make that like the background of this. Like go hog wild. Whatever helps you. Anyways, that was our money journal, our wealth journal, whatever you named it, abundance journal. It's up to you. This is coming after making our manifestation journal. So I will see you in class, and I hope you enjoyed. Didn't want to go too fast, didn't want to go too slow, but I hope you learned something today. Anyways, I'll catch you next time. Bye.